So this will be the first time all of these.
We got one more coming to keep.
Yeah, these are all of these will be definitely incorporated, plus 2 songs.
So we don't have on for you.
If you had a guitar, we could play it for you. But
Ooh.
I thought about bringing one.
You did. I know you did.
Should bring a guitar.
I'm like paralyzed.
You're like, can we
Where's the
find a
guitar?
guitar?
I can materialize one possibly.
I hear that. Hold on. Hey, Sakib. Oh, we got one more to play, Sakib.
There you
We
go.
go.
Tenderness, tenderness, on a quest for tenderness. Tenderness, tenderness, north, south, east, and west. Tenderness, tenderness, and the world is a mess because they have no tenderness. I hope they don't fall tenderless. Tenderness, please let me clear my chest. I hope you grow and be your best. And what will help is tenderness. I wake up in the morning, the sun shines again. I look out of the window with the hope to see my friend. If we help one another, then everyone will win. Let's start with a smile. Let's start a trend. We can start again. Hydraulic in your mind, untrained kindness, warmness minded. Its worth is priceless. Politeness is not a crime. So yield to the niceness. Treasure, you'll find this. Together we'll bring out the brightness. 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 We'll bring out the bright. So bring out the light. Go. Tenderness, tenderness, on a quest for tenderness. Tenderness, tenderness, north, south, east, and west. Tenderness, tenderness, and the world is a mess because they have no tenderness. I hope they all get tenderness. Please help me clear my chest. I hope you grow and be your best. And what will help is tenderness. Tenderness, we all deserve nothing less. And may stress get its own set stress. And may we run out of we can start again. Start again.
I really like that song.
It's incredible because I don't know much about music, only when it comes to putting it with film, what goes together over the visuals and stuff like that. But it's like listening to your production. Would you describe yourself as patient? You have patience. It seems like you have a lot of patience when putting this together. It's almost like I can feel it.
Not
like,
really.
You don't?
Yeah, you do. Come
Yeah,
on.
I'm No, I'm patient, but I think my impatience to get to the finish line is what drives me to work so much. Because I just want to hear it.
Yeah.
Like
The finish.
it's kind of like a process of getting it out of your head. And she makes my life really easy because she sounds so good. She's just, at the end of the day, everybody's going to know Savannah.
Right.
And that's how I like it.
Yeah.
I just want the songs to come across through her. And, we write these songs together, and I just get inspired from her, and then I see the finish line, and then I'm impatient to get to that finish line. But I have a lot of patience to get there, so it's kind of like it's just a learning. It's just a learning process the whole way through.
Maybe me.
Always learning.
Oh, you're good. You what?
I don't know. I was moving.
Yeah,
my
you're
feet.
looking. No, I'm looking at the light.
Okay.
I feel like I need more light on for this next segment. Hold on 1 second.
Okay. I did love that song though.
Thank you.
That's a cool one.
We
It's
did
very
a
inspiring.
we did a international dance challenge, and there were a few people that put into the videos, and the group Outcall that came in third place on World of Dance from the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
The Filipino people are determined.
Yeah.
Even if they don't have it, they're going to get it done.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they
Yeah.
work so hard to get that video done.
Yeah.
And the video they did was just so moving because at the end it's like the
yeah.
the
Well, we're done
flag,
listening to
the
music now,
Filipino
right?
flag waving in the distance.
Right.
It was like emotionally beautiful,
Right.
you know, because it was like, that's our music and it's being played in the Philippines,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know?
It's interesting how
It's
how many
empowering.
how many places people get inspired by you.
Oh, yeah. It was insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did you guys like each of you separately? Question for both of you, but separate. But like, where did your music interest and where did this bug start? With a fire in a sense.
For me, it started when I was like 14, and I was like, man. I noticed, I was like, man, look at these guys. They are swooning the women right now. I'm not kidding. And I was like,
what song was it? What songs or genre
just
or
like,
what? Or
these country songs. I grew up in the the woods and like literally by the campfire. Like we would do big parties and stuff. When at a young age, like we'd have like 30, 40, 50, 100 people sometimes. And there'd always be music. And at that time, I didn't play anything, and I'm like, I can do that. So I my grandma had a guitar and she gave it to me, and I learned how to play it in
snap.
3 weeks. I learned.
You're like, I need to
not-
get a date real quick,
not
so
good,
let me get on
I
this
can
guitar.
play good.
Yeah.
So I'm
But
not,
you
I'm not
played.
trying to be like, yo, I learned guitar in
Yeah,
3
yeah,
weeks.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I learned 3 chords in 3
Chords.
weeks.
Yeah.
I remember I set it down. I'm gonna learn 1 chord a week, and
Yeah.
I would literally practice for hours trying to figure out how to make 1 chord sound good.
Yeah.
And then
Right.
I'd go to the next chord. I wouldn't even play any other chords. I'd go to the next one, and and then once I figured out those 3 chords, then I would like try to play them together.
Yeah.
And that's a whole nother challenge to tackle when you're learning
Yeah.
an instrument. So I got over that when I was young, and then started playing in bands and stuff like that, and then I played in a reggae band for years, and then got the production bug with them because we started going to studios. We started to meet, big producers and big artists who were making big records, and I was like, man, that's the only thing we're lacking right now. It's like big records, like records that people want to just stop their day and put on and listen to. And that's when it started for me, man. And I remember I like dropped out of Florida because I was going to the University of Florida, and went on tour for a year. And but in the back of my mind, I was like, I'm going to apply to Berkeley. I'm going to go to Berkeley and learn how to produce records. So I like literally just like, went to Berkeley, saved up, pretty much all my money and spent it on all that information. It was like paying them to have access to this huge library of information, and then just spent every day for like 5 years just
That is
diagnosing all that stuff.
absolutely
Because I
incredible.
was obsessed with it. And then I got over that, and then I was like, I need to get over the study thing, and I need to start making, and so then I started making records after record after record. I mean, hundreds of records, and they were just terrible. And God, they were bad.
You're hilarious.
And I'm just trying to say, like, this is what it takes, to just get something that sounds decent, And and I eventually started to figure out things that worked and things that don't work, and sounds that I liked and didn't like, and then it was funny because right when I got to the point where I was kind of confident in my record making abilities is when I met her. And then I was like, I made the decision, just kind of pivot over, and and start working with her.
Yeah.
Our band was kind of, you know, we were kind of on the down and out at that point. The energy wasn't there.
Yeah.
You know, so, and it was just a great decision because everybody now is doing really great, and everybody's healthy and doing their thing, and so it was actually a beautiful moment for all of us to kind of grow and step out of the box and go on to that next step in life. And you know, that's when I made the decision to invest all my time in her and in our production together. So that's how it happened for me.
Yeah. Savannah, how did it happen for you? Where did that fire start?
So I think for me, just like growing up, kind of you're in one place but you're somewhere else, you know, like you have your heart and your emotions and you carry them on your sleeve, you know. And for me it was just like music was more so a release of not anxiety but just real reality, you know, like you feel a certain way when you have music than when you don't, you know what I mean? Like some people that dance, they just have this fix and this beautiful thing about them that some people that don't dance are like, what is that? And it's just like, it's connecting with yourself, I think, and is like a good way of saying it, and knowing yourself. And that was my strength. You know, music was something that it caught me. You know, when I was falling, it caught me.
Right.
And I think that the reason that I started singing was because of my, you know, growing up, you know, you're in school, you know, everything's good, and then things happen, and, you know, my sister was diagnosed with cancer when I was really young, and it just, you know, music was just, it was a peaceful thing for me. My grandfather was in the hospital at the same time, in a hospice, you know, center, and it was like, you know, she would either come pick me up from school and drop me off, or my mom would, and we'd go see my grandfather. And I swear it was the craziest thing. Like the nurses would tell us, like, you know, your daughter was singing to these people, and it moved them so much. Like some of these people don't see their family for years, and some of their families live in town.
Right.
But it's just the emotion. It's not just like it's not just a voice, it's a presence. And I kind of felt it for myself. You know, it's like when you sing, it's like, it's something that you just feel it all throughout your skin, you know, because it depends on what kind of music you write. But I feel like sometimes when you write stuff that's kind of emotional, it's like everything in you just feels it. So I think that's, for me, is like pretty much where it started. You know, I grew up singing opera and musical theater. I was in a chorus, you know, learning how to be with other people and harmonize was definitely fun. But then you go to like pop music and you're like, what is this?
Right.
Like it's completely different rhythms, and just the flow is different, but it still has a meaning.
Yeah.
You know, and it always moved me. So when I met him, I met his bandmate, his girlfriend, and I kind of like had just started hanging out with her, and it was the lead singer of his old band. She was dating him. So I was like, okay. And like she, you know, we hung out one night, and, you know, he heard that I was a singer and was like, oh, you got to meet Quincy. And I was like, what? So then I met him, and it was just like, it just, all my pieces of not insecurity, but trying to find someone that was really, you know, there and understood your sound, because not everybody understands your sound.
Right.
It's something that it takes time. You know, there's so many singers in the world, and it's finding someone who hones in on what you have, what you're good at. And I think the mesh was really beautiful, and it just gave me that, you know, the confidence in our work. And we've been working together for so long, and I don't know, like it feels right.
How long have you?
Yeah, a lot of people are like, you know, they want to be artists, and then they're inspired by certain artists that they like and listen to, so they gravitate towards using those types of ideas.
Right.
And that's great, and
I'm not like that.
That's awesome. But at the same time,
Right, but you guys are both classically trained in different. I mean, you're classically trained, and you're classically trained vocally. So there's a lot of foundational work.
Yeah,
that you
a lot of
guys already
foundational
have.
work, absolutely.
Yeah.
Just to you know, get us to a point. I mean, she has an incredible tone, incredible voice, and she can do a lot with it.
Oh yeah, it definitely shows. I mean, it definitely shows the like fusion.
Yeah.
And it's solid.
And
solid.
I've always had melodies, you know.
Right.
He is a melody man.
Right?
He's a walking melody
Yeah.
or driving melody.
I would always be the guy like in middle school who was like, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In math class, breaking it down with the class, I'm sure.
You know, like just dropping beats and
Yeah.
like melody on top, because everybody could like.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You know, but
arranging.
Yo, throw a melody on
Yeah,
that, and that
yeah.
like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now everybody's like, you know, everybody's telling this dude to shut up, but when I did it, like people would like kind of chime in with me, and like it would, like it produced like this feeling. I'm like, yo, this is awesome. I love sharing that feeling with people.
He
It's the
is
same with
really
the
good
painter,
at
yeah.
it. I mean, just in general, like I was working with a producer for a little bit out of LA, and it was just like all this stuff that I was singing about. It wasn't. I don't know. It just sometimes there's a lot of music that's just like it's just because you just want to put yourself out there and be the best you can be, and just show off every vocal you have. And I realized it's not about that. It's about the emotion in which you're singing.
Yeah, and she
And
was
you're-
going into,
you know.
Yeah.
she's like, yo, I want to go into the pop scene. You know,
Yeah.
I think I've got tools that can compete.
Yeah.
You know, in a business sense, right?
Yeah.
And this is just my interpretation of you know the process that you went through with the old producer, but you know she went out there and the producer's like, what do you want? You know, like you show up to a shop and you buy something and you leave.
Right.
That is kind of what happens like in the music industry, but that's not how music's made.
It's
No,
not, it's
yeah,
emotionless.
Every single
yeah.
person is different.
It's a collaboration.
Yeah, what
It's a
their
vibe.
strengths are, their weaknesses, you know, the tone, their keys. Like you have to find out what that is, and you have to know, like, does this artist know what they want? Are they? Sometimes you have to be a cheerleader and encourage them to step outside of
Because it's
Their
a
comfort
partnership.
their
zone.
It's a
favorite
real
artist's
yeah.
sound. Like,
'Cause
yo,
great
this is
music's a
great, but you
partnership with
sound
somebody.
like this person.
Right.
I want to encourage you to do your own thing. And
Right.
you know, like you really have to encourage people to get out of their own skin sometimes, because while we wrote something beautiful again, like you gotta like release yourself from all that stuff to be able to be intuitive.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it's just a process. You gotta really want to do it.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's tough. I mean,
Yeah.
you see the holes.
And
we
we're
see the holes.
just now getting
Yeah.
started.
We're just now
so,
getting started.
You know, we've
which
been
I
in the
think is
trenches.
hilarious.
Yeah.
No, right?
I'm like, there's just no way these guys have been doing it for a decade already.
I mean, I think what's really amazing.
guess
It
we
feels
have.
that way though,
Yeah.
like you're talking about. That's the emotion that
It
you guys
does.
have.
True that.
You know, even these 4 songs dropped on us now. They may not be your favorite songs, but like to
Yeah,
our
we're
ears,
vibing.
I'm like, yo,
Yes,
and
I
it can
can add
go
it to this
between
song.
being, you know,
Yeah.
pop
Well, I've
on
heard
the
them
pop
about
station, and then in the club, and then in the
3,638 times.
performance.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah,
He's
that's
heard
right,
him for
that's
quite a
right.
while.
Uh-huh.
I think another thing that really is like a sign of growth for both of us is like in the beginning he was really like he knew all the melodies. You know, he had all these like sounds, and his writing is insane. Like he's one of the best writers that I've ever met. And I think it's just like because he connects with the room. He's not trying to be the center of attention. He's so humble.
I know,
And
it's
it's
killing me.
no, I'm telling you, it's like we were in Topanga Canyon, California, and we were, you know, I was there for producing with that guy, and he was in the room, and we just wrote a completely different song, and it was just because, you know, we went out there with the lyrics already written, but when we were in the room, it was just like he knew how to change it and make it real, and not this candy coated whatever that no one relates to. And I thought it was just like so beautiful that he could do that. And the lady that was owning the Airbnb we stayed at was like, you have to have compassion for yourself. You can give compassion all day long, but you have to keep it to yourself as well. And it was just like so beautiful. I think the moment for us is just seeing how far we've come in just that short period of time, like a month, 2 months.
Yeah, as a producer,
it was amazing.
You got to work with people that you enjoy being around, and that you enjoy working with. I mean, you're gonna want to be in the room with these people for long periods of time.
Yeah.
And if that isn't there, then you would probably have better chemistry working at McDonald's.
Right.
Yeah.
Because or a better, you would live a better life, because it's not about the money. Like,
Right.
The
It's not also
money
about
is just
pushing
a
the rock up
result
the
of
hill
people's
either,
actions.
yeah.
You
Right.
know?
Yeah.
And if you make crappy music, you're not going to result in a career.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you gotta like first say, okay, well, if I'm a producer, like, what are, yes, you have to learn how to make beats and record and
Right.
produce and arrange. Yeah. Do your homework.
Right.
It's amazing
Right.
though.
Or you're gonna
Right.
get swallowed. I'm just saying that to people who are listening, who want to be a producer. Same thing for singing or being an artist. Like, you have to read, you have to write every day.
Yeah.
You have to study other artists, your favorite
Yeah.
people. You have to train your vocal. You have to eat the right foods.
Right.
You have to exercise to keep your energy high, to keep your stamina together.
Right. Right.
I mean,
Sleep.
these things.
Yeah, yeah,
like,
a little bit of sleep goes a long way.
you have to sleep.
Oh, we know that the other day.
Oh my God! Well,
I
that's
think
one
the
thing
session
about our
was over
career.
at 5
we don't work
a.m.,
9 to
woke up at
5.
That's
9.
right.
Right.
Yeah.
We sleep.
Right.
We sleep.
We
That's
sleep,
you
yeah.
have to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there's
You
not-
might be sleeping in the day.
Oh, I was in
when
a
we're
session.
getting up.
I was in a
Oh my
session. Like, I
gosh.
woke up at like 7:00 a.m. the other day.
Yeah.
And you went
Saturday.
to bed at
Was
5
it Saturday or Sunday? It was Sunday.
Sunday.
And yeah, and
Monday.
then I went to bed.
It was
at
Monday, 'cause they came
5
Sunday night.
a.m.
The days just keep going.
Yep.
And then I went to bed at 5 a.m. on Monday
Oh my God.
Wow. Yeah.
because we were just in the session.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. getting
And
it
We
in.
woke up at 7.
It kept going.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's
you were
no
feeling
way
it.
that I'm going to bed when ideas are flowing.
Right.
No, you
Right.
can't.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
You know.
even if you're not
Oh my gosh.
utilizing them or
And then I had a
capitalizing on
session at 10 a.m. the next day
It
that's
was
already
horrible.
booked. So
Knocking on
I
the
had to
door.
wake up after,
Yes.
that full day.
Yeah.
Right.
So needless to say, yesterday
Mm-hmm.
You got a little sleep.
I slept.
You slept.
I got a little sleep.
Uh-huh.
You're
When I
allowed
got
to.
done with that session, it was like 3:30, 4 o'clock. Man, it felt like 9 p.m. I was like,
Wow.
yo, let's get some food. Let's get on the couch.
I'm about to
And
go
it's
to a
over.
food
No
coma.
more music for me, man.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
gosh.
I'm 72 hours deep. I need to take a break.
Yes.
I'm telling
That was
you.
incredible.
Yeah.
Right? But
And
it's
then-
that kind of hard work, though. That's what pays
and
off.
then woke up early this morning. I was energized, ready to go. Had plenty of rest, and then
Had plenty of rest.
yeah,
Plenty of rest.
recorded piano all day. It was great.
That's
Oh, it was
Right?
beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's to be
Which
able
we
to
will
have
be
those skills.
releasing. Like, we've been working on so
Oh my
much
God.
content.
Mm.
Yeah.
We have
And
so much
collaborating,
content
too.
that's
Oh, yeah.
been
Oh my
compiling,
God.
so we can release for you guys. So
That's what's
when we
up.
do
We
release
saw-
content, you guys aren't like, yo, that's cool. They only got one video, man.
Uh-huh,
Oh my gosh.
No.
No,
We're
we're
ready.
gonna
I
have
want
a
We
them
have
all.
slew
a-
of information.
We
Yeah,
took a
that's good.
video on Sunday at our first band rehearsal,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't wait for everyone to see it. It
Oh,
was
that's
really
cool.
well done by
That's
Bobby
cool.
It was.
Fox. It
Yeah.
was like, I think it was just like, finding the right people that and not having expectations.
Can you
Right.
give a shout out to our
Bobby
band?
Fox is thebomb.com, and the other man,
Yeah, Bobby Fox for video
who else are you
is
talking about?
insane.
Our band members? Is that what you're trying to say? Because I'll name
Yeah,
all of them right
please,
now.
please. You
Aaron,
gotta talk about
Wilson,
'em, yeah.
Kaiten,
Go for it.
Quincy, Savannah.
That's
That's it.
Boom.
That's the band.
I love it.
And
it is heat. Yeah,
and
it is. I mean, the
that's
first get together.
oh my gosh.
It wasn't
Congrats.
the tightest performance, but it was
Yeah.
like it feels good.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
just the
I'm
vibe.
having fun.
yeah, you had your
Yeah.
formula.
Just being with everybody.
How did you find
songs-
everybody?
Word of mouth.
Yeah,
Word of mouth,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, we
You know.
kind of we're connected.
had some of
we're
them.
connected with the University of Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're good friends with Scott and Jose over there, as well as Aaron. He's
he's
PhD
amazing.
grad that's
He's
cool.
amazing.
working there, and but yeah, between those three people,
Yeah.
and then
Got a
we're
drummer.
affiliated with every studio here.
Oh, yeah.
We know everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
is who is
I'm an ACR.
a professional.
Mm-hmm.
She said I'm an
ACR, that's
ACR.
right.
Alachua
yes.
County resident.
Yeah.
That's right. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, right.
For those that
So
don't
it's-
know,
yeah,
like me for a while.
there is talent here.
Yeah.
You know what I
Definitely.
mean?
Yeah, there is. There is quite a bit of talent here.
Yeah, there
This
is.
has got a nice little underbelly of talent that is only available I think if you're actually leaving your house and go out and listen,
Right. Right.
you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Congrats to Keaton on her new job too in Washington D.C. She's our drummer. She just got accepted to a job in Virginia and Washington.
We're gonna have to work hard to beat her.
Oh my
salary.
gosh, she's amazing.
wow.
Yeah, you really need, yeah.
Like,
Congratulations.
you don't want to do that.
Yeah,
Come
I'm
on,
telling
look,
you.
we're gonna put you on
That's-
salary. Come tour with us.
There you go. There
Yeah,
you
I
go.
was like,
What do you want to do?
I swear, I called.
What's
I
the
was,
benefits?
I was talking to Aaron
Paid
yesterday.
vacation every day.
Every day.
Yeah, I was talking to Aaron yesterday. I was like, so what is your plan? He's like, well, honestly, I mean, I would love to tour with you guys. I said, done. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're on the team.
Yeah,
I
I
was
mean,
just
one
making
thing that I've
sure.
learned, like, man, I've been on the
Oh my
road for
gosh.
many days.
Yeah.
I may not look like I have, but spent a lot of
You've
time.
got,
look
you've got some
great.
miles on
You look
Yeah.
amazing.
Got some real
Oh,
bumps,
thanks.
Oh, we were
Both
at,
look
Well,
amazing.
I'm serious.
You look
like,
Spanish.
A lot of days. Yeah. I don't know what's
Should we
up
have
with
brought
that.
food?
Look
I know,
like-
right?
Yeah, I'm Cuban. Not really.
oh man.
Yeah, you got
Getting
really
s-
pale,
But
my
yo,
friend.
yeah, I know, right?
See
But
some
you,
sunshine.
well, I need to get in the sun. That's my problem.
There
I'm
you go.
like in the studio.
Little
all the
pasty
time.
there, bud.
If you saw pictures of me when I was little, you're like, the kid is definitely Mexican. Like, he is so brown.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like in the studio all the time. But anyways, yeah, touring, you gotta love the people you're with, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Working on the road is not easy. And then
No,
going into a
it's
new city, new place, trying to
not.
get bonded. It's hard to bond. So it's good that you guys have this
Yeah.
core group now.
Yeah.
Because that's the time on the road is the time you bond forever.
I think Aaron would be pretty good like bonding.
well, you know,
wise.
it's just
And
it's just
Wilson.
having
Yeah.
a mutual respect for
Yeah.
the music and for each person.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of really it.
Yeah.
Um,
And respecting the road.
Yeah.
The road does have its own vibe.
He's got
really
some
does.
stories from his band days that'll knock
That's
your
another
socks off
podcast.
there.
Yeah, no, I had that.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Some
yeah.
funny ones, man. Yeah, we had some good times, but